I'm asking everyone to bring their own personal rap to this particular Google Hangout.
I'm gonna expose myself on YouTube. I'm gonna make a YouTube video embarrassing myself.
Thank
you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I got to tell you about the fabulous, most groovy
G-Man. You know you're breaking the law right now. I will stomp a mud hole in you, sir. I am not playing, Dragnet.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. You're going to jail. You got the audacity.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I stole $3,000. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. Because you don't got no evidence.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
No big business that I mean.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I stole $3,000. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. Because you don't got no evidence.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
No big business that I mean.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries.
Hi there. How are y'all doing? What's going on? If you are new here, let me give you a fair warning. There will be times where I will not be nice to you. If you want warm and fuzzy feelings inside your gut, go do some crack, because you're gonna get honesty, raw, balls deep honesty, unless I'm bullshitting, which I'll be clearly overly expressing things. It's okay. It's all right. I just started. Can I?
The STD of YouTube is at it again. He is triggered so easy. G-Man is easy like a truck stop lot lizard.
You got to give me some time. Let me just get into what I'm gonna say. Give me some time, Jeremy. Damn. Let me say something. If y'all, by the way, if y'all like that music video, that was done by Hannibal and Monty from Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. They do some nice work, and actually it was mostly Hannibal the Beat Animal. If y'all type that in, it'll come up. But they did that intro for their documentary on my muse, my personal muse. This guy down here, and so I that's my intro, and I love it. If you've seen any car commercial, you probably heard the actual song. Anyway, let me just talk a little bit about. Yes, I did see Rev's video. And there's a whole discussion on what he could possibly be on in that video, which I don't know, but he's on something. So I want to talk about something because Nate mentioned good old Nick, and I've never actually had respect for Nick Suter. Let me just get that right the fuck out right now. There's nothing, because people I like him, and I'm like, what do you? We're looking at different things, right? When I look at a dude, I have different standards than when I look at a woman, and that probably has something to do with toxic masculinity. I don't know, but when I look at a dude, I judge a guy harshly on probably some pretty superfluous things, right? One of them is how he interacts with another man. That's one. My volume's low. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. One of them is how he interacts with another man. And if you are a grown man who has kids, and yep, it was low. Thank you. And you allow another grown man to tell you who you can deal with, and this motherfucker ain't paying you, and this is in your free time? What? I can't play with you. He said I couldn't do it. What? You have got to be kidding me. You have got... So you mean to tell me that you will literally preclude people and your personal friends of whatever who you can talk to on and offline based on some motherfucker who can't even shit straight? Do I understand that correctly? You can't tell me more of a bitch than somebody like that, Nick Suter. Like, I don't get that. That's something that's antithetical to anything that I've ever been raised with. If I didn't already know Nick Suter had low testosterone, that shit right there would have told me he does. I gotta go get it checked twice a year. Bitch, you need to get it checked every month. And while you're at it, make sure you get your testicles from Steve. While you're at it, make sure you bring them along too, because they might be important. Not like, put aside the fact that Steve is just a worthless shitbag. Put that aside. Any person, any other grown man that's out there that stands erect at some point to hear his balls click. Why? Is he paying your bills? Is he fucking your wife? Like, what exactly? Is he taking care of your kids? He don't take care of his own. What exactly is going on here? But you want to be respected. You want people to acknowledge your intellect? Is that what it is, my man? Whoa, fuck, God damn it. Whoa, I love it. To the point that you are scared to publicly criticize this guy. If y'all don't know this shit with Nick, let me bring it back. Nick Suter has had to cut off conversation, personal conversations, like phone calls, conversations with Nate, because Steve didn't like that. If y'all didn't know that. If y'all did not know that, Steve controls who Nick Suter can talk to in real motherfucking life. In fact, one of y'all motherfuckers went to Nick's chat in Super Chat and asked him about it, and Nick got so fucking flustered that he wouldn't even answer the question pertaining to that very thing. And so I'm just going to refund that Super Chat. Bitch, you better. You better. He knows better than to address that elephant in the room. I don't respect a man that does that. At no point in fucking time. Will never gain my respect. It may not mean shit to him. That's fine. That is fucking fine. But that lets me know exactly what type of bitch you are. Nick Suter is a certified bitch. If I'd ever seen one. My God. It is crazy to think that that actually happens. I can't even repeat some shit like that to the men that I know, the men that I've served with, the men who have confirmed kill counts. Killing motherfuckers for a living. I can't even, I don't know how to tell them that, because that's such a foreign concept. And it's antithetical to anything that would be even remotely related to being a man, being a father, being a man, anything. Again, maybe that's just my toxic masculinity. Maybe that's what it is. I'm going to embrace it. Woo! Boy! I'm sorry. I don't hold back when I don't like somebody. Fuck it. But that's the good thing about not being beholden to somebody. It is just crazy to me that is a standard, that's a thing. You're a grown man. You are a grown ass man. Let me see if I can find a screenshot to kind of get people up to speed real quick. Because I think it was Angry Roach. It may make this a bit more relevant, folks. God damn, y'all talk too much in this fucking chat. Because for the life of me, I can't figure this shit out. I don't know what somebody has to do to castrate somebody into doing this, but I don't know. Angry Roach, you got that fucking screenshot. Just send it to me on Discord. I'm searching all this stuff. Because I just... Oh, never mind. I got it. Okay. There we go.
Black people do coke.
Black people do coke. Drags YouTube kill counts high as fuck. Yeah, not really. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That right there. If y'all missed that, go back. If somebody got a timestamp for that, go back and look at his reaction to reading that. That tells you everything you need to fucking know. Everything. But my God, I just, like I said, I don't respect dudes who kowtow to other men like that. For what? Like, I could see if he was paying him or something, right? Yeah, you get paid to be his bitch. All right, well that's everybody's 9 to 5 to some degree. But Jesus, Nick needs Steve to get his 45 viewers on in time. Yeah, I guess so. I guess, man, he's fucking scraping for views and relevance, but man, it's weird. I do the exact opposite and I get over double what he gets. Maybe one of us has grown a spine and his balls have dropped at some point. All right. Anyway, folks. Woo, speaking of people getting intimidated, one of y'all sent this to me. I forgot who it was. Somebody sent, it was the dude who trolled G-Man. Let's stream. That was from In Time. His show with the dude who looks homeless. The guy with the top hat. I think it's called In Time. Yeah, In Time. Whatever that show is.
So this should be good.
Somebody sent this to
As a matter of fact, I can tell right now if he's doing it. Let me see something here.
Oh, let me.
Right. When it comes to fur and different people, can I ask you a serious question, G-Man? Sure, Edrin Engel.
Freedom!
I'm sure Dragnet is...
Freedom!
We can't be friends anymore. My babysitter doesn't like it. G-O-G Goog Gaga. Salt Mine Sat Geek Room.
Yeah, so this... So, if y'all liked the Salt Mine last week, it's going to be on Geek Room, folks. It's going to be on Geek Room. Check their Twitter and shit. And check the community feed, because I think I put it up there too. So, G-Man's concerned whether or not I'm reviewing his video. And I didn't watch this at all. I don't even know when this happened. But he was concerned, this guy, G-Man, was concerned that I was going to review it. So this is his response to somebody pointing it out. Yeah. Oh, no. So I watched the Angry Drill Sergeant versus Onision video. I think I saved that video because I don't watch it. I didn't know what an Onision was until like last month. And that listening to him cry about SEER training and what he had to do during SEER training, supposedly, I wanted to chop my own dick off. Like, I can't, like, you know what SEER training. Anyway, I'm gonna go on a rant about that.
Sending some of you here to ask questions, so this should be good. As a matter of fact, I can tell right now if he's doing it. Let me see something here. Head over to that YouTube channel of his real quick. Let's see what he's doing. He's probably not taking life seriously on that channel like he always does.
It's true. I don't. It's a joke.
Let's see what the serious question is. Andrin. To be fair, the other night, one of the Black Keyboard Lights in his chat told me I was part of the tribe of Gad because I meet the blood quantum for tribal standards. All right, so let's see what hopefully he's ignoring me.
He doesn't watch my channel, by the way.
I will pray to the Lord that he's ignoring me. Oh my God, he's ignoring me. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. They're not talking about me. Let me not provoke him.
Don't provoke me.
Let me not provoke his wrath. Now, I wonder how many downvotes I got. I should probably check. Can somebody give me a downvote count?
He doesn't want to provoke my wrath. That's interesting. That's interesting. I got a little kick out of that the first time I heard it. Because he keeps claiming that he doesn't watch my channel. He doesn't care what I do on my channel. But now he was so concerned in the middle of him doing a separate video, he got on his phone to check to see what I was talking about, to make sure I wasn't talking about him. So he didn't invoke my wrath. Okay. All right. But you don't watch my channel. Why would you care if you don't watch my channel? If my channel's relevant. Okay. All right, buddy. All right.
I believe that the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I don't think the Chiefs are going to win. I think the Niners are, because I believe that defense wins championships. Although occasionally you do get the offensive teams that wins. And the Chiefs are a good offensive team. But I think the Niners are going to win because of their defense. And they need to, because that franchise has been...
It's the only time it sounds normal,
down for a long time. And it's time for them to get another
That's
chip.
it.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if the Chiefs won anyway. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, this is probably going to be one of the most interesting Super Bowls I've seen in a while. You know, and I'm a Giants fan, and I'm saying this. You know what I mean? I'm still high off the fact that we beat the undefeated Patriots. It's going to take a long time for that to wear out.
Wasn't that like 10 years ago?
A long time before that wear off. You know, love my New York Giants. Shout out to the New York Giants.
That happened back when I was in Louisiana. Jesus.
Freedom! Freedom!
God Dragnut's wrath.
Oh, speaking of which, there is, so if you are...
Freedom! Freedom!
I'm already tired of it.
Seer training, hooray. How do you get PTSD from skinning a rabbit?
I don't know. I'm judging from what little I know about Onision. I can tell he wasn't like the dudes. I grew up with well, they wouldn't technically rednecks. There are no real rednecks in Louisiana. There are good old boys that are Cajuns, and they do redneck-like stuff, but they're called coon-ass. And yes, that is a term that is used it's a term of endearment for white Creoles, white Cajuns who are very let's say humble. We'll say that. So if you don't know a lot about Louisiana, there's your term of the day, coon-ass. But I grew up around a lot of coon-ass people doing noodling and stuff like that, and hunting and fishing. And skinning a rabbit is that's something you do on the weekends. But Onision doesn't look like he's about that life, and he's delicate. I can kind of tell. But that's okay. Live your best life. Do you, boo-boo. But don't complain when you sign up for a job that requires you to survive and escape and resist and all this other like it's in the military. You kind of know what to expect, but whatever. Raging Cajun from Louisiana, hell yeah. Where Paris you from, Shaq?
Yeah, but atheism isn't what it used to be, guys. They have accomplished their goal. They have normalized atheism in our society. Unfortunately,
Freedom!
Oh my God!
Freedom!
G-bum.
He is. Somebody said it in last year. He looks haggard. He really. He actually says he didn't get a lot of sleep. It's like we can tell. We can tell you.
Freedom!
Oh my God!
That camera position though, smiling face with hard eyes, smiling face with hard eyes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. There is a kill command, by the way. Yes, you grew up in Metairie? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was Slidell. Good old St. Tammany Parish. There is a kill command for the stream that lasts damn near a minute. I'm not going to tell anybody the amount, but it's annoying and it's loud. So I did get the kill command to work. So if there is something, the kill command is only going to be able to be used by I think there's probably 3-4 people that may use the kill command. And I would suggest that people not just keep fucking donating because they know it pisses me off when I'm in the middle of a good rant. Just wait for like a lull. Just time it just right. But yes, so if I am playing something like Shanny for Christ and she's eating or being nasty or saying nasty things, that's the appropriate time. I'm just gonna say that.
Atheism has also been normalized on how to defeat it too, just like these other cults that are out there. If you're an amateur Christian apologist, you know how to talk to Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses.
The reason I don't live in
people like that anymore. Like you know how to talk to people like that. You know how to talk to like to Muslims and people like that. You know how to do it
just like everybody else
by now.
Your people.
And now atheism is just as easy. I don't even waste my time trying to prove to them that God exists. And if you see me doing it, trust me, when I do it, I'm doing it strictly because I'm bored. If I want to end the conversation, I'll simply say that I know that.
Oh my God.
Freedom.
You just did that just to do it. Just was there a message? Yeah, just smiley. Okay, fuck you.
God exists. You're just suppressing the truth and unrighteousness. And when they tell me, well, how do you know I'm suppressing anything? I'll give them the definition of what it means to suppress. I'll give them the argument because it can't be beat.
You know what I'm thinking.
I'll tell them, this is the definition of suppressing. You will not consider other ways of believing that God exists. You know what I mean? And because of that, you are guilty of suppressing information that could cause.
Okay, so preclude. Okay, here's an interesting thing. So what he's describing is being closed-minded, which I think a lot of people are. A lot of people are closed in general. It doesn't matter whether you believe this or that or the other, but that is actually accurate. Now, suppressing the truth and unrighteousness in the way that he frames it, it's that
Freedom.
I freaking hate this text speech. The Lubis rules.
Well, it allows me not to have to read everything off and go hunt for it.
Black people do coke.
Oh my God. Did I interrupt you? Okay, yeah, thank you.
You to believe. When they ask me where's my evidence for God, I don't even put any real effort into it no more. I'll say intelligent design and move on back to my original argument. I'll say, you know this is true. You just suppress the truth and unrighteousness. You won't even consider whether or not it's true. Like, honestly, it's that easy to beat these atheists. It is that easy. If you know what the Bible says, if you understand Romans chapter 1, and you understand the scriptures, it is really easy to defeat an atheist on whether or not God exists or not.
Yeah, so it's like well, you know what? All of you know that the Saints should have won the Super Bowl. They should have gone to the Super Bowl. They should not have been cheated by refs. All of you know that.
Freedom. Freedom.
All of you know that because I'm a tanker. Yeah, because you're a tanker. That's why nobody likes you. I can say that. I can say that all of you know that. And just by default, you don't agree with me, you're just suppressing the truth. You want to know why? Because everybody knows that the Saints are the shit. It's easy to say, oh, you know what? There is a book somewhere that tells me what everybody's thinking. That's so cool. That's not how that works at all.
That's why a lot of them know they know better. Hey, G-Man, I want to debate you on whether or not God exists. No, that ain't happening no time soon, guys. It ain't happening no time soon. It ain't happening no time soon. It's funny because some of the argumentation that I use against the atheists, Bruce Shepard, a long time ago, when I first got on YouTube, I would say about my first year and a half, I met a guy by the name of Bruce Shepard. That would be the husband of Sabella Shepard. And this is back when they used to preach the gospel. Bruce gave me a 24-page, I think it's a long document he gave me. on how to argue against atheists. One of these days, I'm gonna show you guys this document.
I would love to see that document.
You know what I mean? One of these days, I'm gonna show you guys this document, and I'm gonna show you
Bullshit,
what I've
BKB.
learned from Bruce Shepard.
Put up a better fight than the red. Fuck you, hands.
Dog is
Y'all
so
know the
cute.
saints of the shit. Y'all know
They
we
got
got
him
robbed.
fetching this little green ball.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
How old is your dog?
The fuck?
Oh, he's cute. 3 years old. That means he's 21 years old. That's an adult right there. Aww.
Who
Gotta
does?
get me one of these.
Black
shit
people do
green
coke.
balls.
Black people
So
do coke.
adorable.
Stop
I'm training my cat to
cyberbullying,
do the same
Jack.
thing to fetch
Being
balls and everything.
cyberbullied. Stop it.
Can't do that. But anyway,
Just molesting.
you atheists are
Hey,
you
hey,
atheists are done. Like
how old
honestly,
is
you're
that
eating
bitch?
our dust. We're focused. We're still preaching the gospel. We're still going out there making our arguments for God. S.J. Thomason's on here, brand new person on here doing her thing. A college professor, so you can't call her stupid. You can't say she's uneducated. Although you guys will still do it anyway, because like I said, the only people according to your dogmas
She has
that's smart
education,
around here
yes.
is you guys.
On the topic.
You know what I mean? And like I said, it's like I said, you guys keep triggering people. Keep up the good work. Keep triggering Shanny. Keep triggering me. Keep triggering True.
Okay.
Keep
Okay.
triggering people on YouTube.
Okay.
You're doing an excellent job with
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate
Hope
it.
you make a lot of money doing it.
It's
Because
not
you
about
ain't
that.
winning nobody to atheism.
I keep telling this cat. I've told him on Skype. I've told him in person. I've told him in emails. I've told him in live hangouts. It ain't my damn job.
The reason that debate won't happen anytime soon is because Lil Gary is embarrassed that he would have to debate outside because he's homeless.
Freedom! Freedom!
Spending taxpayers' money and feeing with drag.
Yeah, this is going towards my $863 tuition bill for this semester. That's exactly where that's going, if y'all didn't know that. If you think I'm joking, I put a screenshot of it on the community page showing, $876.09 for my course in biochemistry research. So, yes, if y'all didn't know.
That's what I care about.
You care. Okay, so let me. I've already explained all this shit to him. I did this before there was any super chat. I did any of that. I enabled this shit because people asked me to. I don't give a fuck about this. I'm just gonna spend your money on fucking cheddar biscuits. Well, now I'm gonna spend it on this $876 fucking tuition. But that's where it goes. I don't give a fuck. Here's the issue, G-Man. I got it. You want to be influential. You want to have sway over folks. You know what? I understand that. As somebody who, those of you who are new, you'll learn a little bit about me as time goes on. Those who know me for a while, they know one of my long-term goals is to be a public speaker, is to go out to folks who come from disadvantaged and fucking beleaguered communities and speak to them and give them inspiration so they can be better people than me. So that's like long years, like decades down the road, right? I got it. That's a bit of affirmation. It's a bit of the feel goods, get some of them fifis in you. And you can make a little bit of money doing it too. Awesome. Everybody wins. So I get it. But there's a way to do it effectively, and there's a way to do it really like terribly and just believe that you're doing a great job, which I think you fall into that category, G-Man. Yeah, talk about Voc Rehab. Yes, so, let me address that for some of you veterans in the chat. I'm going to pause. We're going to take a little segue for a second, folks. This is how you monologue but stay on topic. It's not lab fees that I'm paying. So the way that the GI Bill works is I'll fit all this in. The way the GI Bill works is that you get a candidate plan of study from your university. They have a veterans office, and then you say, hey, I want to be a biology major. Well, I need this, and this class, okay? The VA pays for those classes. If I want to say, you know what, one of my kind of extraneous goals, just for my edification, I love to learn Japanese. I'd love to, take some cooking classes. I love to do other things to enrich myself. VA is not going to pay for that. That's not a part of my degree plan. my degree plan allotted for 1 semester of independent study. I'm taking 2. Well, Drag, why do you need to take this other course? I am trying to get into a research lab when I get out and I have my degree. Okay? In order for me to do that, and there are scientists and former scientists in the chat that can verify, you need to have actual research experience. You need to research in a lab. Having it at the undergraduate level is even better because you get an early start. So I'm paying out of pocket to get, you could say, on-the-job training so that I have a better chance of getting a job when I graduate later on. So that's why I'm paying out of pocket.
People do
And so that one course is the tuition for that price is the tuition for that one course. All my other courses are already paid for. I'm already taking a full load. But this course is just 2 times a week, and I'll be in the lab like 2 or 3 hours. I guess I'm going to do it Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm not sure yet. So we got some new folks, and I guess I got to train them up. I got to actually talk to Doc Mills here in 2 hours. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So that kind of helps explain. But now for Voc Rehab, so if you are a veteran and you want to do, no, G-Man's not going to be my lab assistant. I can get a fucking Ocelot or something like that, and that would serve as a better lab assistant. If you want to extend your GI Bill, and this is the veterans or people who are thinking about joining the military. So I'm doing Chapter 31, post 9/11 GI Bill. It's good for about 4 years worth of tuition, provided you do your full contract to the military. That's what I signed up for. That was in my contract when I signed up. So the Chapter 33, I believe, is the vocational rehab, which they'll send you back to school for additional training to help you be more competitive. Now, one of the options under Chapter 33 is an extension, a 2-year extension of the Chapter 31, which is the post 9/11 GI Bill. And so I can practically use the Chapter 33 to go to grad school, because grad school is about 2 years. So that's what that's for. You have to go on your eBenefits, the eBenefits website, log in, do all that stupid shit, and go to education. And then there's a button you click for, hey, I want to apply for Chapter 33. And they'll send you some mail with an appointment to your local VA headquarters, which ours is in Center Houston and DeBakey. And so you fill out some form, I forgot what it was, some fucking questionnaire. You bring any training, any medical records that need to be updated. You bring that kind of stuff to this thing. It takes about 2 to 3 hours, and you sit down with a counselor, and the counselor goes, all right, what's your plan? What's the issue? I told her, say, hey, I have anger issues. I don't like dealing with random fucking people. They piss me off. So I want to do what I wanted to do ever since I was a little Dragnot. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be a scientist. I watched Bill Nye the Science Guy. I was just old enough to catch a little bit of Carl Sagan, but I knew that's what I wanted to do. And so I get to work in a facility around educated people, for the most part, and I get to do something that helps out humanity. I get to make my mark on in the annals of scientific history, potentially, right? So, and I don't have to deal with random fucking people. So that's where I need to be. And so my counselor's like, cool, yeah, you got a right idea. And she signed off on it. Evidently, you're supposed to wait a day for them to deliberate. And she accepted it right there. She printed out the acceptance form and then gave it to me. And I walked the fuck out. And that was it. So I came in with a plan. I told her, look, people piss me off. I want to be a scientist. Here's what I want to do with it. I want to go to grad school. She's like, all right, here you go. Just bring this back to your next appointment and we'll get it all going. So it looks like I have money to go to grad school now. Awesome. Now I just need to pass the GRE and finish this degree and I'll be on my way. So that's your education for today, folks. And occasionally you'll learn something from this channel. Don't count on it. Oh, by the way, since I will be getting back into the lab, for those of you who are Patreons, I will be filming what I'm doing. And thanks to Shani's critique, thank you, Shani, I will be doing a better job of explaining what I'm doing. And I will try my bestest to try and explain what I can. All I do is I take this phone right here and I turn it sideways and I stick it straight up his ass. No, I record what I'm doing, but I'll try to narrate what's going on and why I'm doing it, so that those of you who are interested in what happens in the biochemistry lab and all that stuff and everything and whatnot, I will hopefully be able to explain it. But it is biochemistry, so yeah.
You ain't winning nobody to atheism.
I don't want to.
YouTube is going to get rid of the downvotes. YouTube understands who's the problem on here, and it's not us. The people that are violating the most amount of the terms of service are atheists.
How do
you
know
guys
that?
had your time.
How do you know that?
You don't own the internet. I'm sorry.
What?
Because if you did, you would use your voice to fight the downvote rule. And I can't wait until it's gone. Because then...
So, I don't know anything about this. Has anybody heard about YouTube getting rid of the downvote? Because I know you can upvote and downvote stuff, but did anybody hear anything about that? This is news to me. This is absolutely news to me. I'm not for that. I think if you don't like my fucking video, downvote it. If you don't like Drag, you can eat a dick. Drag said something mean to me. I feel some type of way. Drag said I ain't doing nothing with my life, and I wanted to watch this video and feel good. Okay, let me know in the comment section. I don't give a shit. But, like, feel free. I'm not fucking Steve. I'm not True Empiricist. I'm not G-Man. I'm not going to take it away because you didn't respond to my video in a positive way. No, y'all got opinions. Express them. Go for it. Tell me to go eat a fucking ass. Like, okay, cool. Do it. Like, why does that bother you? Why does that bother you so much? Maybe, and I'm just spitballing here. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that some of you guys, because I can't include myself in this, not this, you attach your self-esteem to your YouTube channel. You're not separate from your YouTube channel. It is you. It is an integral part of you. I don't give a shit. Downvote all my stuff. And find every video I ever did and downvote them all. Don't give a fuck. Because guess what? After I turn this shit off, I'm going to eat some cheddar biscuits, right? I'm going to get on the treadmill because I'm fat. So it has nothing to do with this. But man, he is just, like, it really hurts him. It really, really impacts him. He's just so fucking mad about that.
And I'm going to show everybody how I don't have any downvotes on my YouTube channel no more. How I only have likes. Brett King can come back on here. You can't downvote him no more.
Because that matters. That really matters. Drink every time the word narrative is
Like
said.
I said, you know what I mean? Nobody, like I said, when was the last time one of these guys brought somebody from our community and said, look, we converted an atheist, and it was because of G-Man, it was because of Veckel, it was because of True. And you guys keep saying things like, G-Man, you do so much for atheism. That's not true, because if it was true, I would have 1 million subscribers. You guys would be trying to trigger me every single day to try to win people to your cause.
It takes too much
No,
effort.
I'm doing damage to your atheistic community.
Are you?
I know I am. And
How
no
so?
amount of lies, no amount of propaganda, no amount of rumors that you guys try to spread is going to stop it. Christians on here may believe you in the beginning, but I know us because I'm one myself. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to show us some proof for the things that you guys say.
Because you so proof
And
of
if
things
you
you
don't
say.
have any proof, we're not going to take you. Listen to me. We're going to, first of all, if you're a Christian and you're lying, we're not going to fellowship with you no more. That's number one. Number two, if we find out you're lying and you happen to be an atheist, we're probably going to unsub to you and not take you serious anymore.
That's
and every
interesting.
single time.
That's interesting he says that. There's actually quite a few Christians who are sub to me because I don't like, I shit on atheists and agnostics and believers. Like, it doesn't matter. So you say that, but I have a pretty healthy Christian following, actually. Pretty healthy one. And I think it's interesting because I shouldn't pretend like I don't. G-Man's talking about his like little group of friends where a Christian is someone who subscribes to the Church of G-Man. G-Man states that he's a Christian, but he has his own personal theology where, and you'll catch this very often, he will exchange himself with Jesus every so often. Anything that happens to him, he is Jesus in that instance. He is persecuted like Jesus. It's really interesting to watch him do that. And a part of that is being able to enable G-Man's bad behavior. If you want to be a part of the Church of G-Man, enable his fucking inane comments. If you want to be part of the Church of G-Man, just tell him, just coddle him when it comes to some of the shit that he does and says. It's a shoo-in. There you go.
Time this happens, it proves we are right. True empiricism, still doing his thing, talking about politics, talking about evolution, why evolution is wrong. Love that brother to death.
Suck his dick.
Brother Veckel loves a good fight.
Veckel don't want that smoke. He loves a good fight. Veckel don't want that smoke. Since when? Veckel loves a good discussion. I would agree. He loves a spirited discussion. I would definitely agree. But Veckel don't want that smoke. No.
Go in his room and try that nonsense. Oh, God isn't real because I said so. Go in his room and try that. You'll get laughed at. And then you'll get schooled with the scriptures. Come to my room and try to say that God doesn't exist because your opinion matters. That's the only reason you guys got. Oh, God isn't real. Isabella, listen to me. He'll be on again. You watch my stream every time I'm on here. You watch my stream every opportunity you get. You watch True's show every opportunity you get. And eventually, you're going to repent. Because you're going to understand that you're playing for the losing side.
Repent for what? For what? What do you...
Copying the behavior of the atheist community is not of God.
Specifically...
It's just that simple.
Specifically what? What do you need to repent for?
So...
How about lying? Not lying.
That's all I pretty much want to say about this, guys. Like I said, you atheists keep trying to trigger people. Like I said, that's what you guys are good at.
I'm making
that's
this video
role.
to show you that
good at.
you
guys
can't keep
are
triggering
CEO, president, founders, and creators of trick.
That's why I'm making this video, because you can't keep triggering me. You can't keep me up at night. Look at my face. You can't keep me up at night, you mean atheist. Stop it. I'll show you. That's what you do. This is so wrong. G-Man is a human being. I'm sorry, I should new people don't even get the reference. That's all right. We'll get you caught up.
Freedom! Freedom!
Logic is meshing two things together. YouTube no longer having the option of downvoting. Comments and people wanting get out and vote. Videos gone.
Oh, G-Logic is meshing two things together. YouTube no longer having the option of downvoting comments and people wanting to get out and vote. Videos gone. Yeah. That's so he'll interchange terminology when it suits him. Like you'll hear him refer to that as like DMCA, which that's not how that I even heard Shanny say that. It's like as much as we've been correcting him on using that term for what he thinks it does, no. Stop saying that. No. It's a human being.
Triggering people here on the internet. That's just fine. I can say something right now and make the whole atheist community hate my guts because I know the touchy subject to talk to them about.
Oh, this is interesting. Oh, it's really blurry. G-Man loves to try to find things that get under people's skin. Like he and in that aspect, he and I are a lot alike because I love getting under people's skin. That shit makes me happy. But there are certain limits most people have, and bringing people's kids into it, unless you're talking about someone's parenting. I don't consider that talking about kids. You can reference the action of parenting without directly like insulting or bringing kids into it. But people's dead parents and shit like that, it doesn't have to go that far. But for G-Man, there are he has no scruples about that sort of thing at all. And as long as he thinks it'll get to you, that's the reason why he keeps trying to go after my wife. And it's like, why are you focused on my wife when you should be able to find your own or go re-find her and take care of that kid you supposedly have? Why don't you focus on that? Right? That's something that I think is really interesting, is that he has no compunction about like going after people's wives and girlfriends and shit when they're not even a part of any discussion at any point in time. But he cries about things getting personal. Why is everything personal? Why? You make it personal.
Why? For what? Nobody's going to become a Christian if I do it.
Oh, as an example of what I'm talking about here, let me show you something. Shut up. So, what's the name of this video here? Drag you and your wife are liars. Now, there's somebody who's actually watched this whole thing twice, and they can't even figure out what triggered this or why he's included my wife into this. Now, you think about that for a second. He's complaining that shit gets personal. He said that a few times in this video, but why is my wife being brought into this? Think about that for a second. So, I mean, he doesn't want me to trigger him, but he wants to go after her. So I'm like, well, guess I gotta go in balls deep now.
Nobody is going to leave atheism to become Christians. But I bet you my last dollar.
Too late.
That because of what Drag is doing on his YouTube channel, a lot of people are considering theism.
Really?
I want to say this again.
Are you?
Because of what Drag is doing, people are starting to see how immoral these people are and starting to understand what these people are all about.
Look, if you're using my behavior as your moral compass, you are fucked up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nope. Don't do it.
There are people considering theism.
Good. Consider it then.
And I love it.
Cool.
How you doing, brother Vecco? Vecco, I gave you a shout out on this video. You got to watch it a little bit later, man. I was complimenting you for the work that you do
I said
on your
good
YouTube
things
channel.
about you.
I was complimenting True for the work that he
I
does on his YouTube
complimented
channel.
him. Did you
I was
hear it?
complimenting Kent Hovind, the Bible
Notice me, senpai. Notice me, senpai.
thumping Weena and other people. And granted, I may not be a Calvinist, but I'll tell you this. I thank God for that portion of the body of Christ, because we need intellectuals in the body of Christ who knows how to walk into these rooms.
Calvinists and intellectuals aren't really like two words that I'd like put in the same sentence, but okay. All right, G-Man.
And school the atheists with a dictionary. A lot of the things that I do on here, I learned from the Calvinists, from listening to them deal with the atheist community.
This is interesting.
I've won a lot of debates listening to Calvinists on here. I'm not a Calvinist. I don't believe in the 5 points. But I've listened to them argue.
So it's cool. So Calvinists and Calvinism are effective in doing what he wants to do, but not effective enough to change his theology. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Really interesting for me. It's so good. It's so effective. Like the efficacy of the Calvinism is strong. But no, I ain't doing that, bro. No.
They're just good at what they do. They're good. They're good.
Interesting. I don't think so, but all right.
But Drag, I want to talk directly to you.
Hi. How are you?
Your goal for the last 2.5 years on here has been to divide Christians on here.
Really?
To do divide and conquer.
Is that it?
That's been your number one goal on here.
How so?
You have been successful to a certain degree.
Have I?
You have temporarily gotten Christians to not like me on here. You have temporarily gotten people to do that.
Me? I did that?
The problem is when things got really serious and I lost my job.
Oh my God. Oh, you know what? That reminds me of something I was going to do concerning your lost job. Effing magnets, how do they work? I don't feel like explaining. So here's some interesting things. And Hans, I agree with you. Catholics are, in my opinion, Catholics tend to be more intellectual. But so how does he know that that's my goal? Like I love when if y'all didn't know anything about me, this is an open admission. I love when people talk about me negatively. It bothers me when people are saying, but you ever see me react to a compliment? Like I don't, if you just watch, next time you hear someone like overtly give me a compliment, I don't, okay, you know, it's weird. It's strange. I'm one of those people. Okay. When people are saying like bad shit about me, that makes my dick hard. I love it. I love every second. Like, give me a good Dragnot hate stream. Oh God. Oh, woo. I love it. part of the reason I love it is because you'll see people who will say shit about me that's just so fucking off that it's amazing that they even came up with it, because I'm curious. My flaws are quite obvious. I'm incredibly fucking petty. If that's not apparent to people from the onset, I don't know what is. But there are other legitimate criticisms of my character, of me as a person, and if you ask people who have been around me for a while, they'll tell you that I'll acknowledge it. If it's true about me, they'll acknowledge it. But it's the weird shit that really gets my rocks off. The straight, like this conspiratorial bullshit that people make up. That's what kills me, because then it's like a game. It's like a game. You have to work backwards to find where they got that from. Like what did they use to come up with some shit like that? And so for me, that's the fun. That's the fun. So G-Man has one of, and this is not new. This is not new. Don't get me wrong. He said this before. It's, oh, you atheists, divide and conquer Christians. What do I get out of that? Did I get a fucking toaster? Why? Why would I do that? You want theism to end. That sounds like work, and I really don't care. I'm not like a rabid anti-theist. So no, that's not, that doesn't actually, like, that actually more fits Ozzy than it does me, if we're comparing folks. But no. And I've told him this, and I asked him, so what did I say? Yes, it's cold outside. That's why I have a t-shirt on. But actually, this is
people do coke.
One of my favorite shirts. If anybody remember, back in the early 2000s, like Fat Farm and South Pole, this is a South Pole shirt that you'd find in the men's section, and I don't want to let this is one of my favorite shirts, and I don't want to let it go. But it's seen better days, so. I wish I could find some old South Pole stuff, like this, the way that the fabric is, like the size and everything is just, anyway. Peter Wint says, Drag's head is geometrically perfect. Yeah, there's some like huge indentation like right here. If I hold my head down, you might be able to see it, like dips. I think my mother dropped me on my head as a child. But it's interesting that he attributes all this weird shit to me. He's not the only one. I've heard True do a little bit. True will kind of take a little bit from what he says, but he'll say, yeah, I can kind of see that, but he won't place his feet firmly in that fire. You know, he'll dangle it over. Vecco, however, like, it doesn't matter. If it's a conspiracy, it's like, oh my God, it is, Vecco's on that shit. Wholeheartedly conspiracy theorist. Any conspiracy you can think of, Vecco's on that shit. Damn near. So it's interesting to see them try to validate it, because like, okay, so what did I say that would indicate that? Well, you talk about Christians. Well, I talk about atheists too. Actually, there's quite a few videos of me just shitting on atheists. Well, yeah, but you're still trying. Okay, so am I trying to divide and conquer atheists too? No. Well, you're using the same evidence and drawing a different conclusion now. How does that work? And you'll see the wheels trying their damnedest to turn. It's interesting, and that's what's fascinating. That's why I like doing this, because it's fucking stupid.
And
that Neil's going
and the
on.
whole house situation happened. That's when people started to understand who you really were.
Yeah, because it's my fault, and I have to address some of you new people. I know this seems weird, new people. But by the way, new people, where y'all coming from? Let me see it, because I like to get to know you. That's why I like to warn y'all too that I might not be nice to you. Don't think because you're in the chat that I'm just gonna be nice. I just got your message, and person watching. I know what I've been. Okay, so yeah, we'll talk about that after this. But anyway, new people. This is where you from? Oh, okay. I should have. What channels are you from? I should have specified. Yeah, I gotta harass new people because I'm always curious. Liverpool. Okay, you can leave, but I'm kidding. This may seem strange, and I have to qualify what I'm about to say, but people who've been watching for a while will confirm everything that I'm about to tell you. It seems really strange. Damn near everything that goes wrong in his life, he blames me for. Now, you have to ask, well, Dragnot, okay, I don't know a whole lot about you. Are you related to him? Are you in his area? Why is he blaming you for the bad things that happen in his life? And the answer is simple but complex. The simple answer is that he's a crazy fuck. The complex answer is that he believes a number of conspiracies about me. One of which is that I have an actual mental ability to force my will upon other people. Now, I know that sounds like telepathy and some X-Men shit. That's something that he actually believes. He literally believes a version of that. So when you hear him talk about me convincing, it's not just me making a convincing argument. He goes a bit beyond that and suggests, and we've caught him doing this from time to time, but he literally thinks that when I speak, people's brains somehow just shut off and that my will is imposed upon them. And so I have some ability to affect how you view him. Now, a part of this has to do with the fact that he is unable to introspect at all. Like there's very rare times where you'll hear him say that he has done something to impact his own life, because usually that is something that a person he trusts has told him, that Sister Cherry Veckle, somebody else, right? He will not take responsibility for the shit that happens in his life. He did have a house given to him by the person drinking the Baja Blast down in the corner over there, and he fucked that up. I didn't have anything to do with that at all. I sat on the sidelines and I laughed at him the entire time. In fact, I laughed at them both because I thought it was that funny. You can go back and actually watch the videos where I'm laughing at him heating rubbing alcohol in a tin can trying to stay warm. Now, that is a bit grim, it's a bit macabre, but this is the same guy who has been threatening me for quite some time. He's not going to follow through on him, but you have to forgive me if I don't take pleasure in some of his misery. Just a little bit of schadenfreude. So that's what he's upset with. That's why he's mad. But anytime anything in his life, anytime, and it doesn't matter, it can be mundane things, he will attribute it to me. And I'm not joking about it. I'm not being facetious here. He has literally, at every point in time for like the last 3 years, anytime that there's a major event in his life, anytime he has a falling out with a Christian, he loses his job, he is cold, he's hungry, it's Dragnot's fault. It's always my fault. I somehow reached my fucking magical tendrils into the universe and I've negatively impacted his life. What's his evidence of this? I was online laughing at it. That's it. There is some weird like father relationship that he has. Yeah, there is definitely there. He looks up to me, and I definitely see that splendid specimen. Other people have brought that to my attention, to be fair, and he thinks that I have some actual power over his life, but I don't. It's him, and he can't accept that, so he needs a scapegoat. I am said scapegoat.
Okay. You tried to get Spoken. You tried to get Veckle. You tried to get G-Con. You tried to get Sister Cherry. You tried to divide. Listen, these same people all have my phone number.
I had it too.
They get, hey, G, did you say this, G? Hey, G, did you do this, G? Hey, G. You know what I mean? They all got my number. They can call me.
And?
Faithful to God will make a YouTube video right now and say, you want to know what? I don't agree with everything that G-Man says. I don't agree with all of his methodologies. And I can go into detail about what they are because I've had hour-long conversations with him about these things.
Let me just say, since you mentioned him, you might want to be very careful about what you think Faithful thinks about you. You might want to be very careful. When's the last time you've spoken to Faithful? Let me just see something real quick. Chinese for lunch? Yeah, what place you want to go to? Person who just sent me that text message. Give me 1 second, folks. This fucking phone. Let me see. Cuz I can tell you last time we spoke, January 27th was the last time I spoke to him. When was the last time you spoke to him? I guarantee it's been months. So you might want to double check that before you start saying who likes who and who endorses what. Okay? I love it because I already know. It's like if y'all have not caught on to stuff, I know a lot more than I let on about a lot of stuff. And I know for a while. But if you can't, some of y'all kind of get the hint that I'm throwing. He'll watch this, people will send him this, and he still won't get it. So that's why I love doing that. But it's funny. No. There's a reason they don't fellowship.
One thing I'll say about true Faithful, G-Man's a follower of Jesus Christ.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
He's going to have to say that. Because nothing you people do are going to stop me from preaching the gospel. I will stop preaching the gospel when God tells me to stop preaching the gospel. When he tells me to stop, not when you tell me to stop. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I don't know, all of my computers break tomorrow. I can't get to an internet cafe. I don't know. It's against the law for me to use a phone. Man, I will preach to the police officers. I will preach to the ongoers going by. I will preach to somebody until I die. I will not be stopped because a person triggered me. You know, Dragon, instead of you triggering me, dude, why don't you try to prove that evolution is true?
Why would I do that?
Why don't you prove that abiogenesis is real science?
If I go into that field, sure.
Why don't you prove you actually know a thing or two about cancer?
Oh, now he's sitting below the belt.
We all know that you stole G-Mont's wife, stole Baroy's wife, drove Vaughn's wife insane, made Shani fat, and made Rev a raging alcoholic, you monster.
Who said that? Let me see who said that. Of course it was I'm sorry, Wilson. Yeah, I am to blame for all of that. You also forgot that I ripped Andrea's cervix. I did that too. So all that's me. All that's me, folks. Guilty. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged.
Why don't you prove Big Bang cosmology is true?
I'm not a physicist. Why would I?
Why don't you prove that you're doing something with the so-called education that you're getting and prove that somebody else isn't doing your homework?
Who here? Raise your hand if you can do my biochemistry homework. Actually, I can't even make that joke. There's like 3 of y'all who can. But no one does my homework. You said that about Scientist Sam. This is the same dude who said Scientist Sam was having somebody else write his master's thesis. What? Don't get me wrong. There's people who could write a thesis, but they would kind of have to be there. Like, he doesn't understand how any of that shit works. He thinks that when you go to, it's just the same, you know, you look in the back of the book and get the problems and, you know, you write it down, that's homework. That's what he's operating on. No, you're not going to be able to do, I don't think I even have homework anymore. Like, I've gotten to stage, if y'all have not matriculated up high enough, you stop getting traditional homework. The homework you get is you studying for what you need to do. You know, there's assigned homework, but it's not turned in for a grade or some shit like that. That's like lower undergrad stuff. But I guess, you know, that he thinks that that's something that follows you throughout school, and that's not the case. But anyway, that's not, no.
freedom,
My God.
freedom.
No, you can't take credit for the cervix. That was secular opinion and sock account.
Oh, they did that.
Damn
Okay.
crafty Canadians.
Oh, okay. So sock account and secular opinion ripped her cervix. Okay. All right. Because I know Von Hilton likes to attribute things to to trolls online, and I can't take credit for it all. So you're right, they did it. Fucking Canadians.
That's what adults do.
Why do some of y'all Canadians? I'm gonna say y'all. I'm generalizing. And I'm thinking of one particular Canadian. Anytime he says the word garage, it's garage. Garage, because I'm going to keep messing with you about that since y'all mess with me about my French.
That's what real men and women do.
Garage.
We get on here. You don't believe that God exists. It's very interesting. Why don't you believe that God exists? Oh, I haven't seen any convincing evidence to... That's a lie. Stop it. You know that God exists. You're just suppressing the truth and righteousness. Conversation over in 3 more minutes, and that's it. 3 more minutes is over.
So that's it. I disagree because I'm psychic, and I know you know. Boom,
I didn't say that abiogenesis is biological. Abiogenesis actually deals with chemistry and biology. Especially when you start saying that a single cell has become a multi-cell. That deals with biology when you start talking about cells and how cells
or it's biochemistry.
How a cell becomes more than one cell. Don't sit there and tell me that doesn't deal with biology. Yes, it does. It does with chemistry first and then biology.
It's biochemistry.
I know this. I understand this. If you talk to Drag, I don't know nothing about a protein. I don't know nothing about how many proteins are needed to do this. I don't understand DNA. I don't understand mutations. I don't understand natural selection. And he'll say all of these things. I do know these things. And I have a firm disagreement with what you guys are being taught in school regarding these things.
Because you know better.
Can a cell become a multi-cell? Absolutely. Did it happen the way abiogenesis people were talking about? No.
How did it happen then? What's your hypothesis?
It didn't.
What happened then? What happened, sir?
Yes, it is true. Atheists get more live viewers than me. I get more repeat viewers than they do, though. Like last night, I think Drake had like 200 people watching him live. Let's see in 3 years who has more viewers. It will be me, because I will have more live viewers. People are going to come back and watch the same video once.
Remember when he said it's not about views and subs and shit? Remember he said that? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Twice and again and again. I don't even think Drag's going to be on YouTube in 3 years, because I'm going to make a very bold prediction.
That's probably right.
Before 3 years is coming up, and before 3 years coming up, Dragnut is going to be destroyed by the same people that are donating to him.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. There's a reason why the Non Sequitur show is not around no more.
Uh-oh. Here's the fun part. Even though he's like that 3-year prediction is probably right, by the way. But for different reasons, I'll probably be doing stuff, and I may not have time for this stuff. And I really don't plan to do this after I get out of school. I probably won't feel like it. So that's probably true. What the fuck is this? Congratulations, you received 1,000 messages today with Restream chat. I don't know what that's about. But I'm being destroyed by the same people. I'm sorry, Wilson is going to destroy me. And Angry Roach, and I don't know who else. Cable Eastwood, Jeremy Pace. I don't know. Don't know what that means, but okay. All of us here know what went down in the Non Sequitur show. All of us here, whether we agree or disagree on people's personalities or demeanors and some of the legal matters, that let's put that aside for a second, because that's just fun, right? All of us know the basis in which things happen, and it wasn't necessarily over money, right? That was a part of it, but there was a conflict of personalities as far as who gets to do what and what executive decisions get to be made in that partnership. And so somebody decided that they were going to make an executive decision and boot their partner unjustly. Now, again, that's the very basic premise of what happened. I'm curious as to how G-Man has viewed, given all the stuff he has access to. Let's see if he's accurate.
Freedom.
Dragnock, you made G-Man homeless and made him and Shanny fight and him homeless again.
Yeah, yes, I instigated all of that. That's all my fault. I take responsibility for every bit of it. All of it. All of it.
Because of their greed for money.
See?
That's why they're not around no more. That's why they're bickering with each other. It has nothing to do with science or anything. It has to do with the money.
So, of all that stuff, folks, all the stuff that we've just been talking about, what Kyle did to Steve, what Steve ended up doing beforehand to kind of like influence that decision, it wasn't anything. It was money. And that's because Steve was so concerned with money that he was checking the books every day. Like it wasn't about that. Like the money played a role
Freedom.
after the decision was made, but no.
Freedom.
I am coming for you, cheddar biscuits, and those penny candies will be mine, betch.
I'll fight you. I'll fucking fight you.
Freedom. Freedom.
Get wrecked, you overweight coward.
After I eat cheddar biscuits and lobster bisque, I go to place opposite side from the Indian. Yeah, I guess. That was okay. But he thinks it's over money. He thinks that all that happened over money. Filthy lucre. Or as he said, lucracy. Filthy lucracy. I point that out because anytime G-Man isn't personally involved in some type of conflict, he never really accurately... Oh, P.F. Chang's. Yeah, let's do P.F. Chang's. Getting hungry. P.F. Changa? P.F. Chang's. I need to text Dr. Mills because I'm going to be late. But it's... Your audience is quite hostile towards you. Yes, my audience. So that's a good point, Valerie Solanas. You must be new, and I will explain. This is a battleground. This is where bad ideas come to die, and people come to laugh. I want people to stand up for what if they disagree. They won't call me out of my name. They can do so. This ain't Steve realm. This ain't sensitive land. You are not obligated to be nice to me at all. At all. That is the freedom you get here. Just saying. Dinah Cat disagreeing. He's a contrarian. He does that. I agree with G-Man on the money. If it was not for the money, Steve and Kyle would have never done anything together. Now, here's where I disagree with you, Dinah. I think the money was a motivator for them to start the business. I don't think the money is why the show dissolved, right? I agree with that. They were both motivated by money to do the show, to have the shit shows, to get the big names. Yes, it was a grab for attention, affirmation, and the dollar. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree. I disagree that the reason it went downhill was because of the money. It was because Steve can't control himself and Kyle made an executive decision. Now, could that have been influenced by the fact that Kyle just wanted to say, fuck it, I don't need him and I want more money? Sure. I think the bit of that was Kyle's greed. But I don't think the major crux of it was money.
Can you let us lick the bowl clean and give Jerry the crumbs? God, we're hungry.
Von Helton's kids, I'm so sorry. I kind of wish I could adopt
Black
them.
people do coke.
I'm sorry. Dragnot is a Wendigo. He feeds on tears. That's true. I do. That is true. That is true. That is true. It's a hostile crowd. Hostile.
Drag desires to be like the non-sequitur for the show. He wants to have this big following. That man has no idea what it's like to have a following on here. I mean, like a big following, a real following. He has no idea what it's like to have that. And I can't wait until he finds out what it's like.
Actually, it's interesting he says that. I don't really care. It's interesting, though, because when I went on Atheist Experience, I told them to take my link, my channel, out of the description and put the Magic Sandwich shows on there. So it's interesting that he says that when I've taken steps to like downplay my own audience. I've even told people, even recently, I was like, look, this may not be for you. Don't bother subscribing. Like, just be on your fucking way. It ain't for everybody. And it's interesting that he thinks I want that. If I wanted that, I would have never broken my relationship with Steve. Because, G-Man, you forget, who was one of the first people who knew about Non Sequitur Show? Who was one of the first people Kyle interviewed when he came into the community? Who was in a video where Steve is pointing out that I was one of the people who helped him make Non Sequitur Show initially. People may not know that. And I decided to walk away from that because I wasn't about that. There's a few reasons, mostly dealing with Steve's personality, but that's not really my thing. I don't care. So you could say that, but what's really upsetting you, G-Man? Because you notice, folks, I'm not sure why he thinks he has a huge following. I don't like. How would he like? You'll find out too. And you've not been able to get more than 50-something viewers, live viewers, for quite some time, my man. So I don't know what you expecting me to learn, but all right. So he's still upset. He is still upset that since I did enable all this stupid shit, all the super chats and all this other crazy shit, that people will donate money to piss him off for no other purpose than to piss him off. This is his way of getting back. Oh, you know what? I can't dissuade people from doing that. So I'll just say, oh, those people who are giving him money to trigger me, they're going to turn against him. This is G-Man mind games, folks. If y'all did not realize it. This is G-Man psychology. This is G psychology. And I love it. I love every second of it. And I'm getting hot. Fucking shirt. Fucking fan. All right, there we go. I got a little fan sitting down there. Fat people get hot. Fat insulates.
When it's time to do this full time, and you can't part time this no more.
No.
I can't wait till he finds out what it's like.
There's not going to be.
Because he's going to find that I'm right.
Full time.
And that all these atheists that he's associating him with are all going to turn their back on him.
See?
He just hasn't run into the right ones yet.
See? I think people know by now that I'm not going to be beholden to anybody. Like, I'm forming bonds with people. I'm getting to know Shannon Q more. I'm getting to know Mr. Atheist more. I'm getting to know different people. But they all realize that if there's some shit that I think is out of line, I'm going to say something. But all of them are pretty cognizant of that.
I send you money to PISS off the STD of YouTube.
Yeah, see? Like, he gets upset when y'all do shit like that. The STD of YouTube. I don't know. That might fit an Easy on better, from what I understand. I don't know.
And when I say turn their back on him, I mean actually attacking him. I already know what's going to happen. And I'm not the only person. There's a bunch of us making jokes about what's eventually going to happen.
Yes. Man, he looks terrible.
He won't be on here in 3 years. All of these videos that he's making reviewing me or whatever won't even exist anymore.
No, it doesn't bother me, and I don't watch his channel, and it won't exist, I promise.
They won't, and he won't be on here because the atheist community is going to get sick and tired of being misrepresented by this guy.
Is that so?
And make no mistake about it, he can get on YouTube and say whatever he wants about not representing you guys. Oh, he represents you.
How?
Dragnut represents Scientist Sam. Dragnut represents
maybe
Holy Spackle. Yes, Spackle, I said it. He represents you.
What? How?
Dragnut represents every atheist here on the internet. The only way I'm going to accept Drag not representing somebody is when somebody says, I don't agree with Drag with this, I don't agree. And then you got proof of it, because you can say whatever you want in somebody's room for one night. We can follow your comments throughout YouTube and find out if you're...
So if no one overtly says that they disagree with me, then they by default agree with me. That makes perfect fucking sense. If all of you don't categorically state that you disagree with certain points and then provide him with screenshots, then you by default agree with the shit that I say. So if I go and I find some crazy shit that some other Christian has said about kicking babies in the shins, if you don't make a video specifying that, then I'm just going to presume that you agree with that random ass crazy Christian. Does that make fucking sense? Does that make any kind of sense to anybody? Is there anybody in the chat where any of that shit made sense? Like, this is why I review it, folks. He just says stupid shit. He just says this shit, and he expects people to believe him. Well, I would say true will probably agree, true stupid, but like, this is craziness. When does that actually work in reality? When? You represent all atheists because it's convenient for his, wait for it, narrative. There we go. There we fuck. Who said that, Michael Scott? There we go. Narrative. Narrative. Double narrative. Narrative.
You're telling us the truth or not. We can go watch Google Hangouts that you've been in and see whether or not you're lying or not.
Could their positions have
You
changed?
can do it part-time and
Could
still be
mine?
attacked. Remember, not only is he representing you guys, but what I'm loving, and a lot of you are never going to understand this until you sit down and think about this for a minute.
Oh,
Freedom.
We have been trying.
think about it.
Freedom.
No donations without misrepresentation.
That's funny. I like that.
Black people do coke.
Fix Streamlabs. I care about points. Why do y'all keep breaking it? Why y'all keep breaking Streamlabs? I'm not doing anything to it. My hands are here. Y'all see where my hands are. I'm not fucking. Y'all keep harassing the bot, and the bot just says fuck you. I don't know what y'all did with it. Let me see. Let me see if I can reset it, because y'all keep breaking this damn bot. There we go. Cloudbot. What's broken? Okay. Let me maximize that. Is the bot showing up at all? Nope.
Black people do coke.
Black people do coke. Dragnet by proxy from Fat Photog. Let me see. Okay. Give me...
Freedom.
Yeah, y'all keep doing that while I fix it.
Freedom.
G-Man playing that 4D chess the long game is undeniable. In 20 years he's going to make you look like a chump when it comes to YouTube.
I agree. We just don't know how smart G-Man is. We don't know yet. But we're going to find out one of these days. One of these days. Okay, now try it, folks. See if the bot works. I just reset all the commands, all the modules and shit. It should work.
Trying to get to the atheist experience for a long, long time. We got them. All we got to do is sit back, say nothing, and let Drag keep going on the show. I'm going to wait for 2 more visits for him to go on there. And I'm going to show you why the atheist experience is finished.
Oh?
I'm going to wait 2 more times because I want to make sure that Matt Dillahunty says this man is part of the atheist community of Austin. He's part of the atheist experience. I want to wait.
So, okay, I don't think he understands how any of this works. Guests of the atheist experience don't have to be part of the ACA. They're actually 2 separate, like AXP and ACA are 2 like separate entities, right? You don't, like, they're mutually exclusive. There's some bleed over, right? But no. I think that he thinks that this is all like one homogenous group with just different little names. So I guess it's hard to figure out what he thinks, but from his comments, he seems to think that's the case. Just like that guy who was talking about inner circle atheists. Like, where you get shit like that from? I have no idea. But he's waiting for Matt to overtly state that I am a part of the ACA. I would actually have to kind of sign up and be a member. There's actual like stuff that you got to do for that, and that takes effort, and I'm lazy. So you're gonna be waiting a while, my buddy. If you want to see my next appearance on the Atheist Experience, it's going to be on April 5th. So there you go. Like, there might be one closer to the end of the year too. Don't know. So you're going to wait until I join. And so even, let's hypothetically, if I join the ACA, what does that? I'm a part of the ACA. Cool. The ACA isn't all atheists. So what point are you trying to make here? I don't get it.
And then you're going to see the hangout that ends the atheist experience once and for all.
It's going to end it.
Because I'm
Dunzo.
going to show you what the atheist. I'm going to call the atheist experience, and I'm going to tell them what they're supporting. And no, it is not triggering or none of the other stuff. I mean the legal stuff.
Illegal stuff.
I'm going to show them what I'm going to do.
Oh.
The atheist experience has been a little goal of mine for a long time.
So let me tell y'all something. Y'all want some? Who wants some behind the scenes info on this stuff? Y'all want? So I've actually. She's not drinking soda. That's a Baja Blast scientist, Sam. See, Rev couldn't get one, but she did. I've told G-Man this. I've told him that me and Matt and the wife sat down and talked about all this stuff already. He's at least somewhat informed on the allegations you have against me. He's not stupid, right? But he knows you and your propensity just to make shit up. So he's somewhat informed on that. The funny part, though, is him calling the atheist experience, and he's just gonna just start railing against me. Well, G-Man, I hope you know that you're on the ban list. You're not getting through. So you can call all you want. You can think that you're gonna talk to whoever, but you ain't getting through. Point blank period, my man. If you think that I dare you. This Sunday, try calling in. If you think that I'm bullshit, you think that I'm lying, call in. Try your damnedest. I dare you. You're not getting through. So, if you think that that's going to go that way, you are sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken, my man. But you're delusional. You're absolutely delusional.
They're done. They're done. The atheist experience is a threat.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to sit here and lie. They're a threat.
I need that timestamp. It's about 45.
They're a threat.
50.
Drag is a joke.
I am a joke.
Dragnut Silvers is a joke.
He is right.
Nobody on the internet that's in the Christian community is paying this guy any mind. Not even me. Like I said,
That's why he's making a whole video about me.
he can do two things.
Oh, who else is on the ban list? Tangelo Grosso is also on the list. There's another guy that's on the ban list. He's I think he's Canadian. I can't remember his name right now, but he's also on one of the people on the ban list. But yeah, I can't remember the guy. Somebody in Twitch said something. Drag, can you scare him by telling him that if he calls the atheist experience, we'll know his phone number? He knows how to call in for the, was it star 76? He knows how to do that. So
Drag can get more live viewers, and Drag can trigger you. Drag is a good trigger person. He's trigger happy. Hey guys, I'm gonna lie about him on purpose and make him mad. Watch this. G-Man said he was gay. Watch this. Wait for the video. Drag. Meanwhile, wow, that wasn't cool, Drag. You openly lied about him.
It might be
You gotta
Mark.
rethink this atheist stuff, man. And you got this person over here. I was like, I don't leave a lot of comments, but that was. I mean, I don't like G-Man. G-Man's a jerk, but G-Man actually had made a good point with this. Drag, you're kind of a jerk, Drag. Why would you cost the man his job?
see, you notice how he went from G-Man's gay, here's a video, to why would you cost the man his job? Did anybody notice that jump for a second? Yeah.
I mean, and you create more awareness, and it makes atheism look dumber and dumber and dumber and stupider and dumber and dumber. And like I said, he is my best friend. Dragnut Silvers is my best friend. I legitimately want him to be the biggest YouTuber in our community.
Nope.
I'm even thinking about shouting him out on my main channel.
Because that's
I
going
want
to
to
matter
tell everybody,
how.
please sub to his channel and share his YouTube channel. Because when that man hits a million, I said, listen, don't you ever tell me that
No, thank you. I'll pass.
no, G-Man didn't cost G-Man his job. I'm gonna
What did I say, folks? What did I say? G-Man didn't cost G-Man his job. Oh, man. Oh, man. Somebody called him out. Hans said, Drag, why you get a fire? I didn't. So Hans, here's one of the fun things that ended up happening. There were people calling his job. That actually did happen. Some of us know some of the people who are doing that. There's actually a video that is still on my channel where I'm telling folks, stop calling his job. There's literally a video of me telling people not to do that. Because kind of found out who it was. And he ended up losing his job, which he didn't actually lose his job. We found out later. And so he likes to tell this lie that I was the one calling and I cost him his job. No, that's not the case. And what I've mentioned this before, but I have a friend that lives in his area that verified that he didn't lose his job.
He will suck the farts out of the whales as S for a cookie.
Wait, he will suck the farts out of the whale's ass for a cookie. That's nasty. Yeah, move to the big leagues. His main channel.
Tell you specifically what happened.
You know, my main
the
channel.
atheist community played God, decided that I should be working rather than making YouTube videos. My boss knew what I was doing at that job. So what they did was they called the job and they said that I was doing things.
Notice how it's they. It was me, but now it's they.
There that I wasn't doing. It cost my boss money. Then he fired me. G-Man.
This is interesting. Hold on, let me replay that. This is this is another iteration of the story. When he used to work, well, I know where he works now, but I'm not going to. He used to work at what was loosely an appliance store. They sold, used appliances and different accessories and that sort of thing over in, Irvington, New Jersey. And he would routinely go live and just start kind of ranting at the screen about atheists and that sort of thing. He ended up locking a kid in the store because he wanted to argue with the atheist while on the clock. Like stuff like that. So that's part of what happened. There are videos out there, but I'll probably end up replaying some of them just to kind of go down memory lane to get people caught up to speed.
I'm going to tell you specifically what happened. The atheist community played God, decided that I should be working rather than making YouTube videos. My boss knew what I was doing at that job. So what they did was they called the job and they said that I was doing things there that I wasn't doing.
Like?
It cost my boss money. Then he fired me.
Oh, so this is, I don't remember this version of it, because when he retells these stories, there are little details that he omits and others that he adds. And this one, I think, is new. They told my boss I was doing things I wasn't doing. That's interesting. It used to be they were calling and having stuff delivered, and it cost my boss money. That was the old version. This is a newer version, right? I'm not sure in what business you can call a wholesaler and just order stuff on behalf of a business when you're not the owner. I'm not sure how that works. I used to work for Home Depot and Lowe's. No random person can call in a 18-wheeler of pallets for us on our behalf. That's not how that works. But for him, I guess that's how it worked, and somebody supposedly did that, and so he was attributing that to me. Now, is people were calling and lying to his boss about him doing certain things. One of the things we actually recorded him doing is locking a child in the store just to make these videos. And again, that's something he did live.
Black people do coke.
He doesn't want to acknowledge that, but you can clearly hear the kid talking and him going off screen to let the kid out. Because he decided that I don't know who lost their fucking kid, but still. Shape-shifting monkey says, I sell barrels and barrel accessories.
G-Man didn't cost G-Man anything. You atheists love talking about taking responsibility for your actions, yet you don't practice it. My God, that was fast, and that only took 50 seconds.
Yeah, so the reason he can't take personal responsibility for his actions is because somebody else that lives in the world supposedly doesn't do the same thing. That's why he can't take personal responsibility. It's a childlike mentality. It is a childlike mentality.
Wow. Woo! I'm getting good at this, man. Woo! Just stomping a mud hole, and you guys don't take no time whatsoever. At all. It's one thing when you listen to a rumor gossiper like Dragon. It's another thing when you actually get the facts from me. You guys don't even know what happened. That's the funny thing about it. GPH says, most people know atheism is illogical. That's why only 5% of the population is atheist. It's a statistical anomaly, really. Yeah, you're right about that. And I don't even agree with the 5%. I think it's more like 1.5% to 2%. These people are jokes. They think they're important and they're not. If every Christian on planet Earth came on YouTube, we bury these people in one day. And matter of fact, we'll bury them in less than an hour. We bury them in an hour if all of us got on the internet. Problem is, actually it's not a problem, but some of us has got more important things to do with our lives. Sorry, but
Like what?
that's just what it is.
Like what?
Dragnuts channel only survives because I make YouTube videos about him. But again, like I said, I want the guy to be successful because I'm taking down the atheist experience. That's my new ambitious goal. I don't care Matt Dillahunty debates me anymore. I'm going to do something that no one's been able to do since I got on here. I'm going to take down the atheist experience.
Woo!
How am I going to do it? I'm going to reduce their subscribers and their live viewers by proving they're harboring a criminal on their show.
I'm a criminal now. I like this. I'm loving
Let Drag
this.
keep doing what he's doing, guys. Don't unsub from him. Let Drag keep doing what he's doing. He's going to go in and eat these experiments. Say, Matt, let me tell you what you're supporting. Did you know that your man did this? Did you know that your man did this? And do you know that your man did this? Tell me something, Matt. Why do you support such a person?
I'm his man.
The atheist experience is going down, guys. They're going down. And it's not going to be because plenty of us have called in and schooled them. S.J. Thomason did a good job when she called the atheist experience
she didn't.
and made her argument about made her argument about why the apostles were brave. You know what I mean? Matt, she just didn't know what to say when Matt started claiming that she was committing illogical fallacies. All right, I know I stomped the mud hole with Matt, and I still got the $300 plunge out there, guys.
She did a
Got
great
$300
job,
in my
but
pocket right now. Anybody can show
she
me.
didn't know what to say when Matt told her that her argument was fallacious. There's so much packed within the last few minutes that I don't even know how to react. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal, evidently, which is awesome, which is great. But holy shit! Not only am I a criminal, but S.J. Thomason did a great job calling the atheist experience, only to use fallacious logic that she didn't know how to respond to once told, but she did excellent. If y'all have not watched, here we go.
He black. We got a black man in office. He black. We got a black man in office. He black. We got a black man in office. He black. We got a black man in office. Black. When Barack Obama was in office, they didn't try to make sense of anything. They just said he black. We got a black man in office. He black. We got a black man in office. He black. Stop.
Shish.
Thank you for that. That was enlightening.
When Matt Dillahunty has refuted me, I will give you $300.
It's amazing he has all this money for
I will give
debates
anybody
and shit, but not to live.
$300. $300 if you can show me where Matt Dillahunty has refuted me one time. I will never be refuted by Matt Dillahunty. Matt Dillahunty is not he's not
Well, he
smart
has to
enough.
talk
Number
to you
two, the man's
first.
never read the Bible. Number three, he I don't want to call him a con artist, but I will call him this. Matt Dillahunty is good at the game. He's good at the game. He knows how to get your money. That's what he's good at.
Is he now?
Okay, so Nate, go in there and prove where he refuted me. Go look at video 1 and video 2 and video 3, where I talked to Matt Dillahunty and he refuted me. $300 challenge. Good luck with that, Nate. I've been waiting for years on this, and the slavery one seems to be your favorite, even though Matt Dillahunty couldn't refute me once. Matt Dillahunty put words in my mouth the last time I called the show.
What did he say?
Freedom.
Now, Nate, I will do this, Nate.
Now
I would
all
like
of
to
us
publicly
evil
challenge-
atheists should not cost SJ her job by calling her during her shift. Working the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Freedom.
That's wrong. She does not work at McDonald's.
SJ Thomason got schooled just like G-Man has been every time he called. Got spanked like a toddler acting up in a store.
You want something, Nate? And I want this in person because, you're not very far from me at all. I would like to challenge you on a debate on STDs and what a bladder infection is. And because you made a claim, Mr. Brody. You made a claim, Mr. Brody. And I want to do this face to face. I don't want an internet debate. Because I want to do this face to face and embarrass you. And I got the perfect place for this debate. I want to have this debate on 34th Street in New York.
In the middle of the...
Oh, you don't do medical, but you're saying I had an STD. You say you don't do medical, but you said I had an STD, Nate. You said that you don't do medical, but you said I had an STD. Jaun Taylor, I'm not worried about Mr. Brody. Mr. Brody should be concerned about me. Yeah, he could actually sue, so could I. And I would actually win.
How?
So let's try this again, Mr. Brody. Do you accept my challenge, yes or no?
Is Nate in the chat?
Come on, hurry up and run.
Yep, that's Nate.
Hurry up and run. Come on, Nate. Come on, multiple. You told me to my face you was a real man. You told me to my face, yo, G, I say what's on my mind and blah, 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 blah. Come on. We can do this next week, if you like. The challenge is that you said that the reason why I had a UTI was because I had an STD or something like that, right? So I want to have a debate with you about that. I want to educate you. I want to educate you to your face.
You're learning so much. You're welcome.
And if you lose multiple
Welcome to the
personalities, you have to
insanity.
leave YouTube.
It's I quit match. YouTube I quit match.
Come on, Nate. Make your excuses. Come on. Make your excuses. And why don't you bring the troll with you? Why don't you bring that Zubby with you and let her go all New York on me on 34th Street? And I'm not being nice this time. I refuse to be nice.
You about to cry last
I'm going to be a jerk this time.
Uh-oh.
You're going to see the difference between me meeting you guys, being nice, not wanting to debate, and then meeting me and me being a jerk.
An anti-theist.
'Cause I'm recording this
challenge. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Freedom.
Man, this is just sad.
Freedom.
What are the chances that G-Man is actually a virgin?
You know what? People have said that, and I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. It's about lunchtime. There's a video. Well, there's a woman. He's doing one of these videos, but he's walking around, like in some park or some shit like that. Did SJ call HP? No, it wasn't recent. It was like a few months ago. It wasn't too long ago. It was like, I think late or mid last year she called. It's floating around. But there's a woman who walks up on him as he's doing a video. This woman clearly is thirsty. Like it's subtle, right? But it's like you don't just randomly accost this dude and start asking him about himself and introducing yourself. She wanted some dick, okay? And we were all rooting for her because this is before we knew that he had a dirty dick. But it was hilarious to watch in real time because he was oblivious.
It was around this time Nate challenged him to debate on the best way to keep a wifin'. Family funny G-Man didn't take him up on that.
That's ruthless. That's ruthless. This guy starts telling this woman about his fucking YouTube channel when she's asking him about himself. And it's like, dude, she wants you. She don't want your fucking YouTube channel. And it's like it was a weird 180. All of us were cheering for G-Man. G-Man, look, you get to be away from this stuff, man. You get to take a break. It's okay. You can go and preach the gospel to her, right? Make her see God, whatever. Go and do that. You get in the flesh all the time. Now go get in her flesh. Something, dude. Come on. And he just right over him. Just right over. Did not capitalize.
G-Man has movie about him already, the 40-year-old virgin.
I think at some point in time he has had relations with a woman. We saw one in real time, want him. So I am thinking that he has done the act at some point. That's just me. So, all right, folks, I guess I will play y'all out. But this video is even better than I thought. I might do a part 3. I'm thinking about just suffering through the last D-Roy video where it's mostly just going to be me listening, because the shit that he says, it's him being incredibly thirsty. It's incredibly thirsty. I don't think G-Man can get hard unless there's a blue barrel in the room. That's just me. I don't know. That could be wrong. So I will play, for those of you who missed it, The Audacity, since y'all enjoyed it so much. Thanks for watching. I catch y'all probably Friday. Right, Friday.
The announcement is this. I'm going to be doing a Google Hangout next Friday. Not today, but next Friday. And that particular Google Hangout will be focused on primarily one thing. I'm asking everyone to bring their own personal rap to this particular Google Hangout.
I'm gonna expose myself on YouTube. I'm gonna make a YouTube video embarrassing myself.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I got to tell you about the fabulous, most groovy
G-Man.
You know you're breaking the law right now. I will stomp a mud hole in you, sir. I am not playing, Dragnet.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. You're going to jail. You got the audacity.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I stole $3,000. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. Because you don't got no evidence.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
So big in this can I be?
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me.
My name is G-Man.
You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I stole $3,000. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. Because you don't got no evidence.
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
So big in this can I be?
My name is G-Man. My name is G-Man.
You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to